Happy Friday, Raptors! My name is Anya Cahigas and you're watching RaptorTV. A few announcements coming at you on the Eagle Eye. There will be a band concert on March 20th and an orchestra concert on March 22nd, both at 6:30 and in the theater. For sports, catch a track meet on March 17th at 8 a.m. at Legacy Stadium. Up next, let's review the week with the Raptor Rundown.
With the season just starting, our girls lacrosse played Golden High School. Being competitive in the whole game, our girls fell a bit short with a score of 15-11. A tough one, but our girls will use it as motivation and bounce back to keep the season heading their way. Another spring sport at Eagle Crest. Girls tennis. Despite the loss 7-0 against Chaparral, this was the first game of the season. With the rest of the season underway, this was a minor setback for a major comeback for our girls tennis.
A huge shout out to those sports teams for playing their hardest. For Ask the Nest, our crew had a question for the students of Eagle Crest. What would you do if you had $10 million? So we sent our field anchor Wayne to get your opinions on the subject.
Is this stuff for sale, man?
Yes, sir.
How much for everything?
10 million.
10 mil?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Where do I swipe? Oh, right. Thank you. It's nothing. What's up, Raptors? I'm back, episode 6, and this time we're going to be asking you guys about what you would do with $10 million. I'm looking forward to the interesting answers. Let's go. So what would you do with $10 million?
Probably buy a really fast car.
Let's see. I buy my mom a house.
So what would you do with $10 million?
$10 million or $10 million?
10 million.
Okay, I would buy a house and a car.
So what would you do with $10 million?
I'll buy a business.
What particular business?
I don't know, business. Whatever's making profit.
If you could only buy something that starts with the first letter of your name with $10 million, what would it be?
A kangaroo. $10,000 worth of kangaroos.
All right. So what would you do with $10 million?
Buy a house and a couple of cars, maybe a yacht.
Do you have any specific cars in mind?
Hellcat.
If you could only buy something that starts with the first letter of your name, what would it be?
Camaro. I don't know.
That starts with the C.
Yeah, Camaro.
Oh, I thought
Starts with the C.
I thought it was with a Clay. K. All right. I said Clay. All right. Well, there you guys have it. That's all you guys' responses on what you would do with 10 mil. We'll see you guys next time when we go run up the 10 mil.
Thanks, Wayne, and thank you to our Raptors who shared their take. Recently, school safety has been a rising topic across the nation. In light of this, a few of our crew members decided to recognize some security procedures Eagle Crest practices in the event of an emergency.
Welcome back, Raptors. Today on Raptor Spotlight, we have a more serious topic. This week's episode is about what students and staff should do during a lockdown and what you should do if you see a suspicious person in or around the building. Unfortunately, in light of recent events, Eagle Crest has asked RaptorTV to create an educational video on what to do during a lockdown.
Okay, in a lockdown situation, if you hear lockdown, typically the doors will go because all the magnets are going to give way. All those doors should be locked so that the hallways are sealed off. Students in the classrooms, doors should be locked in the classrooms as well, but the students in the classrooms will have a designated area that they will need to go to in the classroom. The light has to be turned off. Everybody has to be quiet. Cell phones have to be turned off because you don't want that cell phone going off for whatever reason when that suspected person is walking through a hallway and he's looking for classrooms to go in and do damage, do harm to the students. Us as security, We're kind of in the same boat you guys are, except that we have to make sure that you guys are all in a safe spot. So we try our best to get you guys all in a safe spot, a designated area, and then we ourselves also have to now take cover. There's nothing on me says that I am in a position to deal with an active shooter per se in the building, okay? I can't throw my radio at him, I might miss. Find a safe spot to go to, okay, wherever you at. That might be a bathroom. One of your safest spots might actually be out of the building. We do secure perimeter, which is different from lockdown, okay? Understand that. Secure perimeter, something's going on outside of the building and we don't want them in, so we lock all the doors at that point. Lockdown, something's going on in the building, okay? But it's practice, practice, practice. Because basically it's, you know, if you do it the way, if you practice it enough times, it may get to a point to where that's just second nature and that's your reaction versus running around like a chicken with your head cut off and just screaming and yelling, somebody please help me. You know, that's why we practice it. That's why you guys have to take these things serious when we do practice them so that you know what to do. So we're constantly active. We don't just kind of sit around and go fishing. I call it going fishing, where you just find a spot and you sit and you wait for a bite. No, we are active. We are always on the move because we're always looking. Because too many times we find trash cans indoors, rocks indoors, chairs indoors. You know, just stuff like that where people prop the door open because they want easy access. But what they don't understand is that they're also allowing easy access for a potential assailant to come in as well. We've had situations like that in the past where we've had to go check situations out, and I'm glad it turned out to be nothing, but I'm glad the students at least were concerned enough to go, hey, that doesn't look right. Let me get with security. Let me let the teacher know. So that's one thing that I am proud of you guys for doing. You know, when you see something, say something. It's not just a slogan. You guys actually follow that and do that.
Thank you, Raptors, for listening to this important message. Hopefully nothing real like this happens at Eagle Crest, but it is important to be prepared for any situation.
RaptorTV acknowledges our security guards for keeping Eagle Crest a safe place to learn and work. That's all we have for this week, Raptors. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to check in next Friday for an all-new episode.